Hey, what's up everyone? This is my first ever shoot video, you would say, and you've seen me do a lot of pay-per-view predictions and reviews and all shit like that, but I never really give you my broad view of wrestling or the wrestling products. And this video is about me dissecting the WWE. What exactly do I think about the WWE? And it kind of pains me to say this in a way, but largely my view of the WWE as a whole is rather negative. And, I keep watching it because I am a loyal fan, but I mean, it has some obvious problems, which I'm going to get into. The thing is, they have guys carrying their shows that just people below the age of 10 just don't want to fucking see. Like, for a while, they had John Cena as the Raw champ, Batista as the SmackDown champ, and Bobby Lashley as the ECW champ. Look at all three of them. What do they have in common? They're fucking big, buffed motherfuckers. But other than that, what do they have? John Cena at one point had Edge, threw it away when he became a babyface. He lost pretty much all of his edge. He threw away the reason that people liked him, and now he just appeals to the little kids that, basically go along with whoever the fuck WWE wants them to like. I think its main problem right now is that everything is so predictable. You see a match, like, things will start off as a normal match, like the first week after a pay-per-view between two people. Either A, someone will interfere, or B, something will happen in their match that will prompt a feud that doesn't really have any depth besides wrestler A doesn't like wrestler B, and now they're gonna fight at the pay-per-view. You have no real reason to, really care. And that's a problem. Their gimmicks are very underdeveloped, I'd say. I mean, people say that nobody wants to see gimmicks anymore, but I don't think that's true at all. I think, for example, let's say, like, Kevin Thorne, his vampire gimmick is getting people behind him. Or, like, let's say, one that I'm not huge on, or, like, the Boogeyman. He has a more well-developed gimmick that people are amused by. I'm older, I'm not a little kid, so I'm not as amused by that kind of shit as some people are, but I mean, there's aspects about gimmicks that make people like them. WWE, it seems like their product is, they're aiming it at younger kids. Like, they're assuming that the fans of the Attitude Era that are now, like, in their 20s and 30s now, like I was watching back then, and now I'm 21, they're assuming that those fans are all gone. At least that's what I think. Like, Vince McMahon said himself that he thought that no one cared about ECW anymore. Like, he said that the fans that were at the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view were the last ECW fans alive, as far as he knew. And they're just oblivious that there are people like me that have been following the company for 10 years and just don't really like the shit that they're doing now. But there is some stuff that I like about it. I mean, there's up-and-coming guys that I can't get enough of. What about guys like Carlito, like Mr. Kennedy? Like, on SmackDown there's MVP, on ECW there's CM Punk, John Morrison, Kevin Thorne. Guys I'm really big on that just... I mean, even in ECW, a main event spot in ECW isn't the equivalent of a main event spot on Raw or SmackDown. The ECW title is given about as much prestige as the Intercontinental or US title. ECW only gets one match of pay-per-view. I think it's really shitty. I think ECW is a really good product in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I think they need more guys there, but I think the thing they're doing with giving the younger guys a shot at holding world titles and being in pseudo main event feuds, I think that's great. It's just, they need the anything could happen vibe back. Back in the Monday Night Wars, even when Raw was pre-taped, it had more of an anything could happen vibe than Raw does now that it's live. You know everything that's going to fucking happen. You can see a feud develop, you can tell who's going to go over, and at the pay-per-view, the finish, after the match finishes, you can tell that the program is going to continue or it's going to end. You always know exactly what is going to fucking happen, and I think that is going to be WWE's downfall. I don't think that they're ever going to actually fall, but there's just there's just a fucking problem with pushing those big fucking meatheads over the guys with personality. If guys like I named, like Carlito or Mr. Kennedy or MVP, if those were big buff motherfuckers, they'd probably already be holding a world title, and I think that is really sad. All in all, I am going to continue to watch WWE. I watch all of their shows every week, and I am entertained to an extent by them, but I think largely they need something. And I'm glad that the ratings have been slumping on Raw. I don't care about ratings. I could give a fuck less as long as I like the show. But, I mean, John Cena leaves the show and then a lot of kids stop caring. Great. I think that is fucking great, because now they're feeling the heat. They're feeling they're gonna need to supplement their show somehow with that big loss, which I don't care about because I don't like John Cena. I don't like watching him. I'm glad he's off my television. But they're going to try to, bring up the bar on Raw to make people watch it again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm going to be watching, and it seems like a kind of transitional period in WWE right now. I mean, there's actually been title changes lately. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, and once they do some shit, I'll say a little more. But until then, thanks for watching.